Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter, the killing of demon Hiraṇyākṣa, the last few verses, the fight between the Lord, the boar incarnation, and Hiraṇyākṣa has begun. Each one trying to attack. And Lord is allowing Hiraṇyākṣa to play around for a while. But the demigods who are watching, they are getting anxiety. May victory attend to you. Pray, dispatch him. Kill him. Play no more with him. So, even devotees, demigods who are devotees of the Lord, go through anxiety. In spiritual world, in its pure form, everything is there. All feelings are there in its pure form. That's why this material world is said to be perverted reflection. Prabhupada in one place says Krishna anxiety. There are two types of anxiety, material anxiety and Krishna anxiety. It's very interesting. Just like time and again Prabhupada mentions, Jivera Swarupa Hoy Nityera Krishna Das. We have to serve. We don't have option not to serve. If we don't serve Krishna, we'll serve Maya. We'll serve our own senses, own mind, the dictates of our senses, dictates of our mind. So likewise, if we don't take spiritual anxiety, we will take material anxiety. In other words, we cannot be anxiety less. Stone can be anxiety less. The stable can be anxiety less. Jiva cannot be anxiety less. Or rather, should not be anxiety less. Now, what is Krishna anxiety? Let's understand. Anxiety doesn't mean that anxious, blood pressure is increasing and heartbeat is increasing. Not that kind of anxiety. What is Krishna anxiety? Let's understand. Prabhupada explains very nicely. And we as devotees should take anxiety, Krishna anxiety. So one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada when he was going on a morning walk, Prabhupada, sometimes we feel that we are not able to do devotional service nicely. We are not able to chant our rounds attentively. And at times we are anxious. Prabhupada says that's good. But he clarifies, it's very important for all of us to understand. If the anxiety is for me, it is material anxiety. If the anxiety is for Krishna, for pleasing Guru, that is Krishna. Very thin difference. Just like what is devotional service and what is karma. Activity is the same. Somebody is working on the laptop, somebody is going in the car. Activity is the same. But one is devotional service, one is karmic activity. So anxiety also, somebody is anxious. For whom? That makes a difference whether it's Krishna anxiety or it is material anxiety. Material anxiety, Prabhupada just like says, Vaikuntha. There is no material anxiety, no kuntha. But there also devotees are anxious to serve Krishna. Anxious to please Krishna. the gopis, anxious to make wonderful arrangements for Radha and Krishna. In deity worship, Prabhupada gave us very nice, wonderful opportunity, very punctual, Mangala Arati starts at 2. Sometimes devotees are in anxiety, they're rushing. It's good. It's a beginning, it's training ground for us to take spiritual anxiety, Krishna anxiety. Then Prabhupada explains, just like Mother Yashoda is anxious about Krishna. He has not eaten. The demons are attacking in Vrindavan. Hope he is safe. So if we take anxiety for Guru, for Krishna, for his mission, then we are saved of material anxiety. Otherwise, material anxiety will overpower us. What will happen to me in my future? Now I am young, what will happen in old age? What if future I get a thought, change of ashram? This is material anxiety. In old age, who will take care of me? Actually, it's a valid question. It's a valid question. Everyone should think about it. A normal man thinks about it. 99.9999% of people are planning for this. The world runs like that. Insurance companies are making money because of this anxiety. People are anxiety, therefore to relieve them of the anxiety, they're saying we are insuring you. World runs like that. And if we don't take Krishna anxiety, we'll be forced to take material anxiety. And sometimes we may feel, my God, it's very insecure. What will happen to me in future? So if we take anxiety, very nice, interesting thing Madhu Prabhu explains. You see, when suppose some VIP comes, we take anxiety for making arrangements, for ensuring that guest has a good experience. Dhamana is arranged, garland is arranged. Have you done that? Some checklist is there, something we make arrangement, be anxiety. Now, every day we have opportunity to take Krishna anxiety in a simple form, in the form of when we are chanting. One thing is we can mechanically chant. How, as I mentioned, unless we take spiritual anxiety, we will be forced to take material anxiety. What is the spiritual anxiety we can take? Some services are very regulated, we may not have, but what is spiritual anxiety? He nicely explains, just like a VIP comes, when Krishna is coming on a tongue, he's not a VIP. What is he? IIP. What is IIP? Infinitely important person. And how we make so much, we take anxiety. Imagine inauguration of the temple, Modi is come. 10-15 days we'll be making elaborate planning. If he comes, how to receive him. So infinitely important. That's why Shravanam is very important. Context is very important. Who is coming? Bill Gates, when he came here, I'm sure there will be some laborers, some tea stall wala. They don't know about this Bill Gates. We are running around them and wondering why are they running around. But when you know who is coming, then there's a context. It puts things in place. So when we have proper Shravanam and we realize that Krishna is coming, Krishna anxiety is that I am receiving nicely and giving due respect. He nicely explains, just like when anybody comes, he has some intention and expectation. Anybody who comes to the temple, anybody goes anywhere, a marketing executive comes, he has an intention and an expectation. Expectation is you buy the product. Intention is that he should present the product so that you are motivated to buy it. So Krishna, who is unlimitedly kind, unlimitedly compassionate, is coming for us on our tongue. He also has an intention of coming, he also has an expectation. What is Krishna anxiety? Krishna, who has come on my tongue, I receive him well. I receive him with attention. Imagine some VIP comes, there are some protocols. Some very big person has come, the president should meet. The protocols. If you don't meet, you feel bad. He will ask. He will feel that we have not given due importance. So Krishna anxiety is to ensure that Krishna is received properly, our attention is given, our attention, if it goes, how to bring it back. Then Prabhupada says, when we're taking anxiety, how to distribute more books. Suppose we're going for book distribution. That is Krishna anxiety. Now, when it becomes material anxiety, what will people say if I distribute less books? Mera izzat ka kya hoga? That is material anxiety. How is fine switch? We're going to collect, how we can collect, how the temple comes up. Spiritual anxiety, Krishna anxiety. When we only focus my collection, my donor, then material anxiety. Then Prabhupada says the spiritual anxiety is not a cheap thing. Even after many lifetimes of pious activity, one may not get spiritual anxiety. Then he quotes Prabhupada, quotes Rupa Goswami's word, and he says, if there is some way to get spiritual, buy it, lolium, immediately buy it. Then Prabhupada says that how the Mayavadis, they are after Shanti, peace of mind. Devotees are after Krishna anxiety. And Prabhupada, as an Acharya, demonstrated how he took anxiety for Krishna. Prabhupada was very nicely settled in Vrindavan. He was not having any aspiration, go abroad, make money. People misunderstood. But he was very nicely situated. Spiritual atmosphere, the Goswamis are there, the Samadhis are there. He is morning to night, bhagavatam. So we all have to take Krishna anxiety. May not be very pleasing. That is austerity for body, that's austerity for mind. We cannot afford to be in comfort zone. We can, but material anxiety will strike us. Anxiety of our health will strike us. Anxiety of our future will strike us. Anxiety of whether I am rightly in the right ashram will strike us. And Krishna anxiety is purifying. Tapo divyam shuddhyet brahma saukhyam tvanantam. Tapo, this is tapasya. Then Prabhupada gives example of how everyone wants Krishna, Lord, God as Father. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Father means he has to give us. It is Father's anxiety to take care of the Son. So when we have a conception, God is an order supplier, he is our Father, then we are giving anxiety to Krishna. And then Prabhupada says we should be like Mother Yashoda, who's taking anxiety for Krishna. Reading Prabhupada books, mugging up shlokas. Some people say, I know all the 700 shlokas. The other day I was meeting someone, he says, my father, he is very well versed Gita, he can quote any shloka. Very good. Someone can memorize shlokas, quote anything. That does not mean the person knows about it. There can be a person who may not remember one shloka. And the example is there with us, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Brahmana, illiterate, not able to read. We want that knowledge. We want that realization. We should not be in illusion that I read for 1 hour, therefore I am a great. It has to be backed holistically. Are we taking anxiety for Krishna? I often share this. There was one devotee when I joined Bangalore. He would come in front of the altar and, with folded hands like that, offer prayers. Very with feelings, you can make out from his face, emotions are there. I really, for many, many days, many, many months, whenever I would say, I have no devotion. This is fact also, but at least seeing him, it was becoming very clear to me. He has so much devotion, so much love for Krishna. He's coming in front of the altar, holding hands around him. You give him any service, he'll shrug. No. Go for public? No. He would read Gita for 4 hours, 5 hours. And you'll be surprised to know he's not in the moment now. So, this is a very holistic process. Following Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado, Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi. To please Guru. Follow his orders. What is his expectation from us as being his disciple? Otherwise, it will be just yahan se suna, yahan se nikal gaya. Nothing sticks, no realization, no vijnana. And we can have satisfaction. Yes, I am reading 1 hour, I am doing this thing. Vijnana comes when Mother Guru in one place says, unless we sweat for Krishna, vijnana will not come. Sweat for Krishna means take anxiety. Our tapasya is not, we're not going to forest, animals, anxiety, animals may, very safe, very secure. In fact, we are so secure, outside world who's earning 1 lakh rupees also, is actually worried about inflation. Because even if he earning 1 lakh rupees, 40,000 EMI is there, 20,000 house rent is there, this thing is there. His whole equation gets shaken. If tomato price goes from 40 rupees to 60 rupees, actually he has to think about it. It upsets his budget, even a person who is drawing 1 lakh of rupees. Prabhupada has insulated us from that anxiety. Today, war is happening between Iran and the whole world is worried. Stock markets are fluctuating. Are we worried? No. It will not come freely. In return, we have to give something. Otherwise, we are chore. Chore means what? We are taking something without giving back something. I give this example. Somebody goes to a store, he comes out with something, does not pay, he's a thief. He comes out and pays for what he has taken. He is a royal customer. In fact, they give loyalty points. So, we have to pay to Prabhupada. We cannot pay. We cannot, whatever Prabhupada has given, we have to. The obligation is by taking anxiety for Prabhupada, for his mission, for fulfilling his orders. If we artificially try, मुझे क्या पड़ी है? क्यों लेना? आराम से रहो, मजा करो. That option is there. Prabhupada has created that option for us. But if we choose that option, Maya will not allow. Material anxiety will hit us. And we know it hits devotees. Start worrying about the future. What will happen in future? So it's a very holistic process. Prabhupada expects us to do something. We do our assigned services. We take anxiety for us. What is expected for us, we do. At times it may be stressful. So Prabhupada says that many times people say God is our father. We give anxiety to Krishna. But the real thing is we take anxiety for Krishna and then Krishna blesses us. How does he blesses us? He blesses us by relieving of all material anxiety, infusing bliss, transcendental bliss. I have met some devotees, I gave example. You see how to realize Krishna. If somebody asked me to lift this book, I lift this book. I know that I have lifted. My ability, I lifted the book. But if for some reason the service falls in my lap and I am asked to lift the entire Prabhupada asana with Prabhupada deity alone, lift and shift to the temple. Just lift it, not drag it, lift. That is a service given. I know I cannot lift. I know it is 60 kgs, I cannot lift. But if I am able to lift, will I not get a realization that I am not the doer? This is a crude example. Assuming it is much bigger, much thicker, much heavier, I'll get a realization, practical realization that Krishna says, I supply what the devotees lack. If I am in a comfort zone, somebody says, lift me this, I say, I cannot lift it. I need 4 people to lift it and together lift it. Then where is the realization? That Krishna supplies what the devotees lack. You can read it 150 times in the book. You can mug up that verse. What is that verse? Yogakshema Mahamya. You can mug up. Verbatim. Sote hue bhi yaad rahega wo verse. Realization nahi hai uska. So Bhagavad Gita is all about realization, realizing. One thing you realize it, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, you realize. Depth of realization. Prabhupada, why? Because he took so much of Krishna anxiety to please and fulfill the order of his spiritual master. Demigods also get anxiety. Devotees also should take anxiety. Sometimes things may look out of control. It may look like this thing. There is anxiety. We cannot artificially say that, I am in bliss. But if it is for Krishna, if it is all for Prabhupada, it is pleasing. It is purifying. And we are blessed with, we are relieved of material anxiety and we are blessed with Divya Gyan. Divya Gyan, Shrita Prakashita. So Prabhupada, when he was, as we know, Prabhupada went through a lot of challenges, lot of difficulties. In fact, many places he used to say, so much of, now I want to retire and go and just write the books. I want to go to Vrindavan. Took so much of anxiety. For us, He as an acharya, he was not duty. He could have just, at any time when it was intolerable, he would have just retired to Vrindavan. Nobody would have asked him a question. He don't have to go back to London. He doesn't have to go back to the US. For us, he did that. And how do we pay back for, we cannot pay back, but how do we pay back? By taking some anxiety for him, for his mission. Each one of us can take one anxiety. We don't have to take big anxiety. Solve this problem, that problem, this is not okay, that is not okay, build the thing. Just take one anxiety. Let me not solve any problem. One anxiety we can take. What is that? Let me not create a problem. Let me not become a problem. It's a minimum anxiety we can take. Forget about sometimes पूरा दुनिया को उद्धार करेंगे. Your biggest contribution would be, let me not become a problem for Prabhupada. Let me not create problem for this. Once Srila Prabhupada, I was telling you how much anxiety he took. Once there was big fight among devotees. 2 camps got formed. Each camp is accusing the other set of devotees that they are this, they made all this, they messed up this, they deliberately did that. This festival was there, deliberately they made all these things so that our services are impacted on. So then Prabhupada tried to reconcile. So we speak to them. No, we should work together cooperatively, please understand. So one devotee very strongly stood for Prabhupada. I don't think that these 2 camp of devotees, they can ever work together cooperatively. Prabhupada said the root cause of dissension, it's learning for all of us also. The root cause, again we have to do some introspection. The root cause of dissension or some fights between us is envy. Envious of God brother. Envious why he has been empowered, why I am not, and why he is given this service. And then Prabhupada says, one who is envious, very important, one who is envious will dry up. Will dry up. What is the meaning of dry up? When does a plant gets dried up? He's not getting nourishment. No water, no this thing, it will dry up. When a person is envious of his god brother, always complaining, blaming, he'll dry up. No rasa. No spiritual rasa. No spiritual nourishment. Nourishment usko lag nahi raha hai. Chanting ho raha hai, but that whole thing is not coming. He'll dry up. Dry up means what? This material anxiety. What am I doing? Why it is like that? All hundreds of questions will come. So, whatever we are, as I said, knowing, doing gap, it is human to be envious. It is human to be angry. Human to feel hurt. But when we realize that these emotions are there, what we do after that is important. We realize that I am envious of so and so person. We realize that I am hurt, I am not able to control my temper. At that moment, I may even scold, I may even shout. But after that, how we reconcile, why am I envious of that person? Just because he has got a better mobile, just because he has got better facility, just because he has got a better service. One thing, and many times these devotees we can get into, these are all pitfalls, these are all things which can dry us up. Many times at a material level, we expect perfect justice. And at times that anger can come in us. There is no justice here. He's done like this. He did. Nothing was told to him. I did like this. I was told X, Y, Z. Why we should say that? Yes, at a Vyavaharik level, we can strive for, we can ask for, as a matter of duty, we can ask for. But expect that everything will be perfectly justified. No, I'll tell you why. Because fundamentally, this material world, there is no justice. Karmic level, there is justice. At the karma level, there is justice. But at Vyavaharik level, you see, where is injustice? Somebody is born in rich. That I was reading one article recently. Most costliest house of a celebrity recently got Ranveer Singh, not in Bombay, 260 crores house, recently renovated. Earlier it belonged to Rajkumar. This temple we are trying to build 180, 200 crores. Imagine one house, 250 crores. And that has been registered in the name of their son. So, in this material world we see, where is somebody, a small child, 250 crores house is inherited. A person working whole life in pension is getting 100 rupees, 200 rupees. There are people like that. Not able to survive, not able to put food. Where is justice? Somebody is so intelligent, somebody is cannot clear 8th class. Cannot understand. There was my batchmate. This I have seen with my own eyes. We used to have 3D drawing, 3D in our part of this thing. He never cleared that subject. And I, out of little compassion, I used to spend time with him trying to teach him, see, visualize. This is height, this is width, this is length, this is 3D view. This is a top view, this is side view. He cannot understand. Cannot understand. Same subject he is failing again and again. 3 times he failed in the same subject, he had to lose 1 year. How do you explain? Somebody is born with that kind of intelligence. Somebody is born blind. As a matter of duty, we can ask. But if our expectation is that there is perfect justice, everyone will be dealt the same way, everyone, he got punished, so I should, he was punished, so this person should also get punished, otherwise this is unfair. We will mess up our life. Life will go on. Our nation will go on. We'll dry up. So envy, jealousy, you have to safeguard. Anxiety, safeguard from material anxiety. How do you safeguard? Taking Krishna anxiety. Anxiety for Guru, anxiety for Krishna. So here the demigods, they are anxious. The demons, the envious of the Lord, they want to attack the Lord. So all these qualities are in play. And from these pastimes we can learn what to do, what not to do. And Prabhupada so nicely, compassionately is explaining all that in the purport. How the demons are, how they think, how they attack the Lord, how the demigods think. So we'll stop here. Anyone has any question? Anything like to ask? Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.